Hi, we are here today for a very interesting conversation, very great one. I love talking about the difference between those two, courage and confidence. So what is it? Do you have one or the other? Or do you need courage to have confidence? Or when you have confidence, you're courageous? So let me invite here over to the video, Thuy, that we're gonna be, I don't know if it's, okay, I got you.
I'm coming.
Hey.
Yay. All right. Fingers crossed that all technology works. Yesterday was so wonky.
Let me see. I wasn't hearing you. Let me lower here, Mike. And let us make it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, too. It's so nice seeing you.
It's good seeing
I
you
know
too.
earlier for you there. And thank you so much for joining me today and have this conversation about courage and confidence. I got this, and it was so good because when I talked to you about having this conversation, I had previously got into a group where people was asking if we are born with confidence, and I disagree with that. I was like, I don't believe we are born with confidence, and then that generated a little more conversation, and I would love to explore that. And I think you're a great one to talk about it. So Thuy, has a wonderful account. She has a boutique. She do a face reading, and she's a spiritual. Tell me more about yourself. Tell me more about the self-introduction, and then we go back to talking about courage and confidence to it.
Well, first of all, thank you for asking me because it's such an honor. And I do a bunch of random things. I started my business many years ago, like when I was 24, and I had a clothing boutique then. And I would have fashion shows, and people would come in and get dressed, and so I had to find ways to make them comfortable right away. And you don't know how many people are, like, even though how beautiful they are, like the people in my fashion show, but they were still like so awkward on some things, and like they didn't have it. I would think that they would. And here I am. When I was growing up, one, I was a poor Vietnamese immigrant, and I was always smaller in stature. And my mom would always say, "Thuy, you're too much," because she was trying to control everything, and she's a single mom. And so then that made me suppress myself, and I didn't have the confidence, and I was always like really sensitive as well, and highly creative, but then that was suppressed. And so then that didn't give me the confidence. I would just listen to other people, and that was my gift too, because then I would listen and observe. And so then when I got my clothing boutique, one of the things I would always say to people is, like, they say, "Oh, I'm so fat for this. Oh, this shows this and this." I'm like, "Oh, no, this is very forgiving. This is very forgiving." And that like really set me on like what makes a difference, and the people who are confident, how do they claim it? How do they own it? And now I do spray tanning when I reinvented my business here in Denver. And in 5 minutes, I have to make people comfortable with being naked. And nudity is not an easy thing for people, right? And one of the things I observed with that is, like, when they get into the booth, they would hold their chest like this, women. And there's a comfort in holding your chest, because just think about when you're a mom, right? Or like you're holding a baby, where do you hold them? Here, in your chest, right? And so then I noticed all these other things, and people would apologize. "I'm so sorry you had to see my fat rolls. I'm so sorry you had to see my cellulite. I'm so sorry." And they would apologize for all these things that were actually naturally beauty in them. And I could see that, I could feel that, And so then just when people spray tan, because they want to feel more confident, right? Because like something about being a tan, and it's just amazing how you feel. You feel stronger, you feel leaner, and all that. And you do all these things to help you with your confidence. But what I've learned is that confidence comes with time, and not to call on confidence or pushing it. And it may like be a little motivator that you might need to like spur and give you that step up and that get into that feeling. But what you really need to do or want to do is call on courage. Call on courage, because courage will help you to take action. Action with like one small step. You know, with road, there's a saying, a road to 1,000 miles starts with one small step. And so sometimes you need to get to the outer first to get to the inner, but you need that courage. And then it's a cycle. And then it's just like people like, oh, I wait to get inspired to take action. No, 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 no. You take action, and then the inspiration comes, because you take action and you launch it. And if you launch it with intention and energy,
Yes.
People come. And then like you'll end up somewhere like you just have feeling or something, or like you got detoured. And then like one interaction with someone can totally change you. That one interaction, that one saying, or like you see something like, oh, they did it. I can do it too. And then so sometimes that inspiration, that spark, you know, that lights the fire again, will help you to take action. Even if you're scared. Even if you don't feel totally beautiful yet. But whatever it is, it's perfect for you to have that breakthrough, to take that another small step. And it's a combination of all these small steps. And it also compounds. And then before you know it, you've got more. And then you have that confidence. And then people are wondering, where did she get that? What changed? Yeah. You know what? If she did it, I can do it too. And it's a ripple effect. Because when one person heals, another person heals. And beauty is spiritual. Beauty is spiritual. And I've done a lot of work on myself the last
and that's a lot of things that when we say, and we hear people saying, oh, like she shines from inside out. So, or so like, you know, because you're not really seeing the physical standards of beauty. When the person comes and had this, like the walk, the move, the posture, like bring the confidence, like you don't even see if there's a big nose, it's like small eyes, big eyes, or like, you know, something different about their face or something. But when they bring that, you know, they're from inside, and that doesn't come naturally. And this whole week we're doing this live, and you know, the way we connected to it, that you also got to inspire or get these live videos that you were doing early in the morning, well, showing, like, teaching your technique, you know, I see that you call, like, you know, early in the morning. And then you step in, what you have to do, you weren't confident on getting on camera and doing that. Like, it's getting the courage to take action. And then once you start doing, like, still a few days, like, oh, still off. And at a certain moment, we start thinking about, what am I given here? Yeah. Who's going to benefit from this, from what I'm given? And then you stop thinking about you, how you looking, how you should, and thinking about, oh, who's receiving this? What I'm giving, it's what matters.
Okay. So I've been in a healing state for like the last 2 years, and there was a time when my face was so inflamed, all these acne. I didn't want to go on camera. I was definitely not confident, but I did it anyways. And now I'm glad I did, because I look back and it like helps me to see how much I've grown. But my intuition or my guides that I channel, they told me that I had to go live to show people how to do it, and so they can have more courage as well. I do wake up like excited for the day, you know, and who I'm going to get to meet, and who I get to talk to, what I get to learn, because I love life. And like when you're in a healing state, when you can't do anything, then you get to do something, you're like, I get to do this, you know. And so I get excited to do it, but some days I'm like, oh my God, I don't, you know. Oh. And so it's like, you need to use your tools then. And so then this is, I'm like, I'll log on, like, hi, okay, let's breathe, and then let's like come to our senses, and then like, okay, what are you feeling? How can we reroute that energy, transform it? And then but I gotta release the expectations, and just so that I can have the courage to go on to do things, and then the energy changes, and then I get more confident. And then if I need a rest, I rest, because sometimes you just need a rest too, to like boost yourself back up.
Yes,
if
yes.
And not let me do that, because I get so excited, and then I go off on all these other stories. I just stay focused.
And also when we start doing, it's not like about, especially social media, because people always get this, oh, just one person look at my video, or just 2 people like look at my video. But when you think, and then that's my message, to at least make a difference with one person. So if one person watches, or one person got back to you, you made a difference on that person's life. And Just focus on that. Focus on maybe this only one person was yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that matters. So that's great. Like once you take action for whatever it is that you want to do, like it matters when you take the action to have courage. This morning was just to get more inside of this subject. I was like, reading a little bit about how courage and confidence goes together. And that's very interesting because you can have courage without confidence. And you can have confidence without have courage. But when you have confidence, you go up to one level. It's something confidence is because you already did something. You maybe don't know, but you had a little courage to try something new. Maybe it wasn't something big that you tried first, but you had the courage without thinking to try that something new. And then you created confidence. Okay, I know how to do that. And once you go forward, you have this courage because you have a base. Okay, I did this and it worked. So I have confidence that I can do that too. But also is the courage to go and take the action that's going to make you move forward.
Yeah.
So when I have this,
I
sorry,
have
go
this
ahead.
saying that I love. I don't remember who it is that quoted it. It is, your life unfolds according to your courage. And then I added, and invites. So your life unfolds according to your courage and invites.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you invite people, then they do it with you, and you got to let go of rejection. Okay. And sometimes rejection is protection. Okay. Maybe that just didn't align.
Yeah.
Okay. But the answer is always no if you don't ask. Okay. And so have the courage to ask, have a courage to invite people. And when you invite people, it's so much more fun. It gives you accountability as well. And then it gives you more confidence. And then you find more joy. And then you want to do it. And you get creative, and then the ball starts rolling.
Yes.
Okay? And so,
But even if there's some things that when you talk about courage and take action, there's some things you cannot have somebody coming along. Let's say you gonna start like a new work on your let's take my experience as an example. Years ago, I with my kid's dad, he wanted to do a feature film. He had a cinematographer, and like a month before getting to the shooting, the person fell out, left the project, said he didn't want to do anymore. So we spoke, we already had arranged places and people. And then I said, okay, I love photography. I've been in photography. Videography was like more like in a lower level. I said, let's try. Let's try. I have time to do like a specific training for this. And I want to do it. I cannot bring anybody else with me because that's something that I needed to do. But I needed to believe that I was capable of doing that. But I didn't have the confidence yet, but I had the courage to go and try to do that.
yeah. So
And
I was
the
a
first
very
day of
timid.
shooting, like people say like, oh, how long have you been doing this? Well, with the first time I feature film, but I've been doing like smaller stuff. But like I had just tried to focus. I need to go through this first day. And then I know I can go like, it was like 25 days of doing that.
Yeah.
But I had to go through the first day. But I had to prepare, have the courage to prepare and get through that first day. So sometimes you have just to believe in yourself.
Yes.
You have to also have this, I think we spoke about that. The big killer of confidence and courage is self-judgment.
Yes.
It's like fear of judgment. Like, oh, somebody's gonna say about this? What somebody's gonna say about me? Or always like external judgment. And we need really to focus on what we want. Like I was talking yesterday about the gut feeling, how we need to trust in our instinct and gut feeling. And then also when we want to do something, is that you need somebody told you to do, or you believe that you can do. So that it's little elements that you need to go through, like through, just to make sure you align what we want to do. Because somebody's saying, oh, you can do it, but that's something that you don't want. It's too completely out of your values, your wishes, of the thing that is, you want. No matter how much you can do, like you're not gonna feel confident doing that, or have even like enough courage to do it.
Yeah.
So.
So I was a very timid child, and I'm still actually quite timid. I'm more of an introvert than people think I am. It's because I know I need to do this and I need to be brave. I do it in fear anyways. Okay. Some things though that have helped me is I know that I show up more for other people than myself, you know, and also if I just talk it out myself, and then I recognize where that fear comes in so that I can have courage. And you need fear to have courage, okay?
Yes.
You need fear. Without fear, you won't have the courage. And so it's a blessing and it's a gift.
So
it's just in disguise,
true.
but not to let the fear overtake you. And so a couple things that I will do is, one is I'll imagine like I have to take care of a little child and then carry them along. And so I would talk to myself and have like almost like an imaginary friend or whatnot, or like I have my little daughter, because I have to be courageous for her. Okay, and so I'm like, well, what would I say to help pull it forward? And that little child is me, you know. And then sometimes I'll also like have like other characters that I need to be courageous for, and have them there, and then that'll help me take action. That'll help me with the right words too. And so then sometimes I will also call on someone that I feel is very courageous, like Oprah. I'm like, what would Oprah do? You know, and so then Oprah guide me, and then like, and you know, Oprah's like the ultimate like booster, optimist, like encouraging her, like, you can do this, you can do this, you know.
Yes.
And so then I'll have Oprah with me, and so sometimes you can borrow the energy of another person, even if they're not there. Okay. And maybe it's Mother Teresa, maybe it's Martin Luther King, maybe it's some person that you really admire, that you see that is so courageous. Have them help you, and like have them like by your side and doing it with you if you're alone.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. That's what you. Yeah,
yes.
That's what it's very interesting that you brought that up, because that's something that I remember, and I tell when I work with this one-on-one on the video confidence, and I say like, imagine I'm there with you, and that's when you said before, bring someone with you. That will be a way that you can bring someone with you. Doesn't mean that they're gonna do something with you as well, but they're gonna be imaginarily by your side, and that's the person that's gonna see believing in you, somebody that you know is somebody that can encourage you, and you know, have like if you have a real friend, or if you don't have, grab, you know, borrow from somebody else that you know that is this speaker, this energy, this force that's always encouraging people to go forward, to take action, and get this from them, borrow it from them. That's such a great insight that you just added here. It's so important to remember that.
Another thing is I will recognize what it is, and you just got to talk your nervous system down too. I'm like, oh, this is fear. And I named my fear Franklin fear. I'm like, oh, Franklin fear, this is just you. It's okay. You know, and I'll talk to myself. And then sometimes when I do that, I also tap my heart. I'm like, Franklin fear, it's okay. You don't have to be afraid of anything. And then I'll say, it's okay. And you're safe. Because one of the things with fear is not feeling safe. So I'm safe. It's okay. And then what is it I still fear? And is it rejection? Is it people? Is it like what they think of me? Is it like how I'm going to look stupid, or I don't know and I should know? And I just like, oh, and then I recognize it, and then I give myself comfort too. I'm like, it's okay. It's safe. You're enough. And I breathe. And then I also then, like, you know what? Most of the time, it's turned out okay, better than okay, better than you had expected, or it was a lesson that you needed to learn. It was someone that you connected to. You're okay. And so sometimes you don't have to say something that's amazing. You just have to bring it back down to neutral, so that you can take courage. And then when you know it's safe and that you've done it before, and it's turned out most of the time better than okay, better than you expected, and then I just breathe, and I like, surrender, let go, Thuy, let go, because you're holding on so tight. Let go. It's okay to let go. And sometimes you think the answer is to hold on, but it's to let go. And when you just give it a voice, and you just breathe, and you bring it back down to neutral, you'll find the courage to take the next just little step. Little step, and then it'll be a bigger step, and then it'll be a bigger one, and then you don't even think about it anymore, but give it a voice, comfort it. It's okay. And then you take the courage. You do it still scared, because there's still always going to be a little bit of scaredness, but that gives you the strength to be courageous.
Yeah, that's beautiful too. Yes, there's so much, like it just.
Thank Franklin fear. Thank you, Franklin fear. You were just trying to protect me, because fear is just trying to protect you.
Yes.
From like the past, or the stories of the past, you know, of other people. But it's not your
Sometimes it's not even your experience. Sometimes because somebody else or said or say something, uh, or because somebody else failed. You say, oh, didn't work for them, not gonna work for me. But it's something that you desire and you believe on. Believe that you can do it. Go like little tiny actions,
Yes, little
like
tiny actions.
bite-sized actions. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to. How do you eat an like there's a saying, but I would never eat an elephant, but how do you eat an elephant, like one bite at a time or something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
But
How do you eat an elephant? One
yeah,
bite at a time. Yeah.
yeah,
That's the same. Yes. Yes. So that's my whole week session on confidence. How we can take bite-sized action to get confidence to whatever we want to do. And it's so interesting to it that also you kind of went back on that. When I started to talk about stories, to show stories that I get involved, like with moms and other women, about talking on video, I was like, wait, I'm not talking on video. I'm just telling them to talk on video. Why I'm not there talking on video and living the experiences by myself, like for myself, and then I can share. And I started doing live videos because I didn't want to have this this kind of need to edit, to take it out, because that's what I do now. I teach now this. But like beginning for me to get this confidence to be in front of the camera, there was so much behind the camera and say, oh, how much important is the story for you to share. But I wasn't living the experience. I was asking others to live. And then once I start doing that, that was like so good, because now I can speak from my heart. I can speak from my experience. I can know how I was able to take tiny little actions and step with fear into courage and do this, and now have this confidence that I can be here talking to one or to no one at the time, and then can watch the replay, or then I can prepare a video when I want to curate a message and do that and teach that. So it all happens when we start just taking the bite-sized actions into the courage, and I have the confidence that, oh, I experienced that. I live that already. I know I can go forward. I know I can do more.
yeah. So let go that you have to be confident, that you have to know. Okay, you don't have to know. You just have to trust, and trust that you know. And then just smile. There's a thing with like smiling, that even if you just smile for 2 minutes, your energy will go up and your attitude changes, you know, and everything changes with your attitude. Something else that I found too, is, you know, like borrowing other people's courage and such, but also having power pieces, because these feelings, they're just up here. They're just feelings, you know, and so you want to anchor them, and you can change it. And by anchors, I mean like things that are tangible, so it can remind you to get you grounded again, so you're not so flighty and up there. So sometimes I'll pick out power pieces to wear, especially when I'm like still like not changing it. I'm like, okay, what else do I need to do? And then I just kind of like leave it. I don't focus on it too much, because if you focus still on like that lack and that like insecurity, that fear, it'll change. But find an anchor piece that makes you feel good. You know, like a piece of jewelry, like a power piece. You know, Wonder Woman has like these huge bracelets, right? And so something that you have given meaning to, that has brought you joy. You know, and so like maybe it's a jewelry piece that you bought when you were on vacation. For me too, like it's certain cups that I bought on vacation, and I don't have a lot of junk anymore that doesn't have meaning in my life, in my faith, you know. And so so then I'll drink out of this cup, and then when I do, I'll whip in the emotions that I want. I'm courageous, I am courageous, you know, and then I drink out of it. Another thing is like maybe lipstick, because that, when you pass a mirror, no matter what, you're gonna take a look at yourself. You're gonna look, you know, and if your lips are a little bit more vibrant, and also in Chinese face reading, this is your area of receiving, and also giving, and your abundance, and how you like to give, and your relationships, and then whatever you say comes out of your lips, right? And so boost that with a color that you like, or maybe that you need. And so a lot of people don't consider the color like orange or like coral, but that's really awesome, because that's your second chakra. And that has to do with creativity, sensuality, and creation. and that'll help boost your confidence. And it's the chakra before your third chakra, which is the one about it's yellow, and it's about your confidence and how you shine your light in the world. And so you got to maybe feed that first one to get to that second, which is that confidence, you know. And so just if you don't like lipstick, then just get a liner and line it, and then put chapstick or like a little bit of gloss, you know. But then it will help you feel better energy, especially when you pass the mirror. You're like, oh, there's a little color in me, you know. Like when I'm sick, I put on lipstick. Even if I'm sick and I'm laying down, it's because I know, like, if I see pale lips and I'm passing the mirror, it'll pull me down, you know. And so that'll help you feel more beautiful too. And once again, building on that courage to take another action, to eat the food that you don't want to do, to meal prep or like whatever, you know, not like being victim mentality, you know. So putting on a power piece, like putting on a piece of clothing. Like I love this robe, and so I'll put this on, you know. Right now I'm actually into swimming suits, and so in the morning I'll put on a swimming suit. I didn't always like swimming suits. I hated it actually before, but now it reminds me of summer and happiness and joy. And so then that moves me forward once again with like little steps: joy, courage, getting over the fear, recognizing the fear, and then doing it anyways, then seeing the gift in things, and it just transformed. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I did enough. It was good.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's
that
wonderful.
shines your light. And then you emanate that. Then you pass that energy on to another person, and then you inspire them, and your life unfolds.
Yes, because you can radiate this confidence and this energy, like the way I can like be like hearing you talking here for hours. We can be talking for hours, but let's not keep this live so long. But we can do more on this later. And I really love this conversation and how much we can learn from each other. I learned so much from you, just little bite size. I watched your live last night, and I shared something that you said. And today I had a call with another business women, and I said I heard something last night that I never thought about it. And when I heard it from you, I was like, that felt so good, so like enlightening and so simple and so beautiful. You said, thank your heart for beating without being asked for. I was like, so simple, so simple. If I sometimes just kind of like feeling sad, I'm feeling emotional because it was so beautiful. You were like just that, just like beating. You're like, thank your heart for beating without being asked for. I was like, it's so simple. Like when we're just thinking that like something is happening inside of you and something you're not asked, it's just happening. It's keeping you alive. You're breathing. Your lungs are working. It's something that's just happening, and that's why you wake, and so it's so wonderful, so beautiful. There's little bite-sized message that you can get. If something that you need to start your morning, look for a little podcast or something that can boost your like this energy that you need to get your confidence to go on with your day. And so this I love this little bite that you left last night, and was so beautiful. Thank you for that. So I just share here, we're gonna link to you on this video too, but share a little bit more of the other services that you offer that I think they are wonderful, and where people can find you, so they can come back to this video and find you and learn more about you.
Well, I'm on all social media platforms as Thuy Boutique, and that's the name of my clothing when I first started. And I got that vision because I saw these girls that were shopping, and they're like, oh, that's so you, that's so you. And now it's like transformed, and I've reinvented it so many times. I'm in the process of reinventing again, but I really want people just to be so them, you know. And so it's like Thuy Boutique. And so yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms as Thuy Boutique, and on my website it's thuyuboutique.net, and in my LinkedIn bio you will have all like different connections with me, from my website to my personal email. And I personally handle all my emails. It takes me a while sometimes, okay, because I got too many, but I do answer them. Before we close out, is it okay if I just tune you guys up, whoever's here? I
just want you to add something, a service really special, wonderful that you offer.
What's that?
About the face reading.
Oh, the face reading, yes.
The like the eyebrow, the reading that you do. I want you to talk a little, like, you know, a minute about that.
So Chinese face reading is actually an ancient form of Chinese medicine. It's been over 3,000 years. And in your face is a roadmap of where you've been, your challenges, your superpowers. And your challenges are really actually your superpower. And so I actually fall in love with every single face. And I just want to show them their beauty. And your original face and their original face, sometimes we alter it, you know, but that changes the energy. But then when I do a reading, I will let them know the beauty inside of them and where that superpower is and how it's maybe created blocks for them, and then we change the energy. And so it's very, very different than like a tarot reading or a palm reading. Your face is the most present indicator of where you're at. So like for you, Soon, I love, and you probably I've never thought about this, but your forehead. So your forehead is your intuition, okay? And you've got this like domeness around it. So you're very blessed from your ancestors. And so I would actually prescribe to you to like have tea with your ancestors in the morning, and so that you can have that guidance. And then you've got this roundness to it, which is your hairline. And this is your mother's influence on you. So maybe examining your mother's influence and the heritage and the lineage there. Okay, and this is also your area of perfectionism, where like you maybe like check with too many people to see if you're doing it right, but you really just need to trust your intuition. And so I present this to you so that you can be actually more compassionate to yourself, and then in that way you can be more compassionate to others, and then giving yourself that space and that grace. And so right now I'm on this new like, how am I gonna market this, and like how can I convey this for people to experience their original self when they first came into this world? Because when they first came into this world, you were pure, you were love. We just forgot about that, you know. And so yeah, a face reading, I actually have 3 types. One is a 15-minute session where it's like for the people that I call larks, like I'm just kind of curious, I don't know if she can do something for me, you know. It's not a big investment, but then like, okay, let me try it and see. In 15 minutes I can reveal so much to you that like it's unbelievable. All right, and then giving you the tools, and then most of the time they come back for like the full reading, and the full reading is 60 minutes, which then we can delve into more. And then that I do a little bit more of energy clearings as well. And then there's an hour-and-a-half one, because sometimes they want more than an hour because there's so much. You know? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just listening to you today, and the way you talk, the way you explain, the way you get into this wonderful way about confidence and courage, I can only imagine the little bit of what would be the experience one-on-one of having this reading with you. So I encourage everyone, like, you know, to try. Okay. And you wanted to close with something you were just mentioning before. Yes. You wanted to close with
so there's a lot to sound, okay, and there's frequency, right? This is like when you work out and they change the music, you get more pumped, right? Yeah. Everything's frequency, and if you want to change something, you change the frequency. And so one of the things that I really love doing is to tune people up with my tuning fork. And you can buy a tuning fork from my website, and I show you how to use it, but you can remove energy, add energy. But this is like just a little clearing where, can you hear it? Yeah. And so even though people are across, you know, that it can move to them if they are open to it. And so this is tuned to the vibration of love, and love is a vibration of 500 and above. Okay, and so I just do a sequence where I tune people up in this intention, and it just always like feels really good. And so then it just kind of gets rid of the certain things that just have been maybe holding you down. Is that cool? It only takes like 2 minutes. Yes. That. Okay, so just relax, and then maybe turn the volume up if you can't hear it. But here we go. And so this is at your ear. This is to activate your intuition. So you can see your truth. So you can breathe in all the wonderful things the universe has in store for you. All the right words flow from your heart to your lips at all the right times. You're always living from your heart. You can digest food and thoughts. To give you strength and courage. To ground you. To dissolve past beliefs that don't serve you anymore. and to clear the path so you can step forward with excitement. Awesome. Thank you so much, Simone, for letting me do
Thank
this.
you. Thank you, Thuy, so much. And I want to thank everybody that joined today or watching the replay. And I want to end this live asking you to thank your heart for beating without being asked for.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.